Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you guys how I do a velvet scrunchie. So we have our ponytail, our elastic band, and I'm gonna be using Brunette Baby Velvet yarn in this, emerald green. So let's get to starting up with our scrunchie. So what I usually do to start off my scrunchies is that I tie the string onto the ponytail at least twice, so that way it's nice and secure. And then we're going to take our crochet hook, which I'm using a 5mm crochet hook here, and we're just going to go into the ponytail, pull up a loop, yarn over, and do a chain 1 to secure the yarn. And now we're going to do single crochets all the way around. I usually do as many as I can to make sure I don't see any of the elastic band, so you don't end up seeing anything. So we're going to single crochet, so we're going to go into the elastic, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2, and that's your single crochets. So we're just going to keep on doing this until we don't see any more of the elastic band, and then we will slip stitch at the first single crochet when we reach the beginning. So I'm just going to keep on doing single crochets until I don't see any more of this color band here. And if you do struggle with having to hold the elastic band, so see how I'm holding it here like this? It makes it easier for me to just grab the yarn and hold for the tension, so way it just goes a bit easier. But it's entirely like how you hold your scrunchie for when you start. But this is how I do it, so we're just going to keep on doing single crochets. Okay, so we are almost done. And so now you just have to want to test drive the scrunchie part, as in stretch it out like this just a little bit, just to see if you're almost done or if you need to put any more stitches in there. I usually put little extra stitches just so that way I don't see the elastic band. So I'm gonna put a little extra in there. Just test it out. We can't see anything. Good. So now in this first single crochet right here, this first one right here, we're gonna go in, pull up a loop, and then pull through that loop to create a slip stitch. Now I usually weave in my ends later on, but it's entirely up to you if you want to have it underneath when you can crochet over it, but I usually weave it in later. Okay, so now we're going to do a chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to do 2 double crochets. Also, the chain 3 does count as a double crochet for the starting point. You're going to double crochet right back into that stitch where you did a slip stitch. So I'm going to do it 1 double crochet and then another double crochet in that same stitch. And there you have your starting point of your double crochets. So you're going to do 3 double crochets in each stitch all the way around, and then in that double crochet right here, when you get back, you're going to do a slip stitch. So the next stitch, do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. So doing 3 double crochets in each stitch all the way around will give you that really nice ruffle look for that scrunchie. Alright, so I'm going to continue on doing that of 3 double crochets in each stitch around, and I'll meet you back up to weave in our ends, and you will have a nice beautiful scrunchie to use for a hair elastic to style up whatever hairstyle you like. Okay, so I am back with my scrunchie all finished almost. You see how nice all that ruffle looks. Again, also sorry for the lighting. My headlamp or my room light is a bit of a problem sometimes. But now we have all these nice ruffles. So yeah, 3 double crochets in each stitch gives it that nice little ruffle effect for the scrunchie, and you cannot see any of the elastic when you stretch it. So now we are going to go into the first double crochet right here, not the chain but the double crochet right here. We're gonna pull up a loop, pull through, and that is how you do the slip stitch to join to finish off the scrunchie. And I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to fasten off. You're going to tail to weave in the end. Push this aside. We're going to take our darning needle. We are just going to weave in under those stitches. We're just gonna weave in under these stitches right here. I usually like to go under the loops behind the double crochets because it makes it look nice and neat. But you can weave in your ends however you like. I just personally use this because it makes it look so much more nice, more neat, a lot more prettier. So yeah, just go underneath those loops. And then stretch it out a little bit so that way you can not have it all scrunched up. And you're just going to cut off that end. And then what I like to do with this end right here is we're going to go under the single crochets that we did to start off our scrunchie. So we're going to go right where the elastic band is. We're just going to go under those stitches, or inside the single crochets, and just weave in the ends like that. That way you don't see anything and it comes out nice and pretty. And there you go. And you just snip off the end there. Push that to the side. And now you have a nice little scrunchie to style up your hair, or to do like a ponytail or any kind of hairstyle that you like. But yeah, now we have our scrunchie and it's all nice and ready to use. So if you like this small little tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, which really helps me in the algorithm out, and leave any comments down below if you like this. And I will see you in my next tutorial for probably another hair accessory or some small project. Have a good day.